Hello, everyone. Today we will be talking about the basics of the scientific method. This video is brought to you by the Lake Nona Robotics Club, and it is greatly appreciated if you were to like and subscribe to this channel to help support us in making educational YouTube content. And today we will be covering the scientific method and its steps and how it could be used in our lives. So, let us begin. To first understand, what is the scientific method? The scientific method is a scientific principle that allows scientists and students to logically answer and solve problems. Now, in a more simple way, the scientific method is a set of steps that allow anyone to ask questions about their surroundings and use a set of logical reasonings to help refine their question and achieve conclusive results. These steps are important, from the most introductory scientific course to high-level academic fields, as these steps, regardless of the field and level, help those who use it to identify their problem and through gradual steps refine and achieve their result in their endeavor. As the scientific method allows for anyone to achieve similar results through understanding, developing, and formulating a conclusive and logical scientific process to achieve results. Now, let's get on to understand the steps themselves. As we will be covering these steps, let us tell you that these steps are not concrete in nature, as they have differing viewpoints on how they should be called, and in some cases, the order of the certain steps themselves are changed depending on who is stating what steps. Yet, we will use a basic set of steps to help develop the fundamental principles of the scientific method. The steps can be organized as such. Ask a question and/or observe your surroundings. Make a hypothesis and/or research. Infer predictions, perform experiments, collect data, and finalize conclusions. All these steps are important in refining the scientific process and are going to be explored more in depth later throughout the video. Now, the first step of the scientific method would be that of making an observation and/or asking a question. This is the stage where you can identify a problem and observe your surroundings. An example of asking a question or making an observation would be, why does the moon change phases? Or why does the leaves in the fall change color? Identifying your question clearly is the first step in solving a problem. The second step in the scientific method would be that of background research. In this stage of the scientific method, you will research to better understand your topic and help build and develop your understanding of what your problem is and help identify it better. The third step of the scientific method would be that of prediction or hypothesis. This stage, like the last, requires you to continue developing your research and formulate a prediction or hypothesis about what may be behind your problem and how it may occur. This is the setup of your experiment, which you will conduct later, and using your prediction helps guide you through the experiment step. An example of a prediction would be that in the fall months, as a result of cooler temperatures, the leaves will turn a different color. Your prediction may be right or wrong, yet it is important to understand and make a good, educated prediction to set up your experiment. The fourth, and arguably most famous step of the scientific method, will be that of testing an experiment. This stage is where you set up a measurable and controlled experiment where you can scientifically measure and set up a way in which you can answer the question at the beginning of the method. In this stage, experiments can range from what we think of mad scientists like chemistry experiments to having small experiments such as with plants and in your everyday surroundings. As in this step, through controlled and measured experiments, you can help prove or disprove your hypothesis and, if necessary, reformulate your original hypothesis and question. The fifth step in the scientific method would be that of collecting data. This stage occurs during or after the experiment, as you collect data on the result of such experiments. This is a very important part of the scientific method, as through collecting data, others can validate and understand your experiment and its results, and allow you to understand what is occurring and help better understand and answer your question. An example of this would be recording the results of the temperature and its correlation to tree color change throughout the fall season. The sixth and last stage of the scientific method would be that of conclusions and/or sharing results. as sharing and concluding your experiment helps others replicate your experiment and to better validate and understand your conclusion. This can be seen throughout the academic community, from high-level academic schools to business and government scientific endeavors, being published and peer-reviewed to help validate and share the results. In all, the scientific method can be applied not only to basic science experiments, but to all degrees of science in other fields, as the scientific method itself is a key principle in logically conducting research and asking questions about our world. We hope you have enjoyed and learned from this video about the scientific method. And to once again state, this video is produced by the Lake Nona Robotics team, and we will greatly appreciate it if you were to like and subscribe to the channel to help us make more educational videos. Thank you.